In Russia, one of Shoigu's closest associates has died. We are talking about former Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yuri Sadovenko. He was directly involved in the criminal war against Ukraine and was a close associate of the former Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. According to the propaganda agency TASS, Sadovenko died on December 25th due to heart disease. He was 56 years old. He was born in Ukraine and graduated from the Ryazan Higher Airborne Command School. For his participation in the war against Ukraine in 2022, he was sanctioned by both the UK and the US. It has also become known that the Russian general who reported to Putin about the capture of Kupiansk disappeared after the Ukrainian armed forces counterattack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said this on Friday, December 19th, in an interview with Polish journalists. Zelensky added that later there was information suggesting that this general had been found dead. The president did not name the general, but a video circulated online showing General Sergei Kuzovlev reporting to Putin about the complete capture of Kupiansk. Russian media claimed that after this report, Kuzovlev was awarded the title Hero of Russia. And on the morning of December 22nd in Moscow, a car belonging to Lieutenant General Fanil Sarvarov, head of the Operational Training Department of the General Staff of the Russian Armed Forces, was blown up. It is reported that the explosion occurred at around 7 in the morning in the courtyard of a residential building on Yasenevo Street near the Domodedovskaya metro station. A homemade explosive device had been placed under the driver's seat of a white Kia Sorento SUV, and it detonated the moment Sarvarov got into the car. The general died in the hospital. 2 days later, on December 24th, police officers who had tortured Ukrainian prisoners were eliminated in Moscow. According to sources in the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, at around 1 o'clock in the morning on Yeletskaya Street in Moscow, a local resident, as a sign of protest against the Kremlin's aggressive policies, eliminated 2 representatives of the Russian security agency. Approaching a police car parked near the police station, the man threw an explosive device through the car window. As a result, 2 Russian police officers died at the scene, and 2 more were hospitalized with serious injuries.
A high-ranking official of the Russian General Staff was blown up in Moscow. According to Telegram channels, on the morning of December 22nd, a Kia Sorento exploded in a parking lot in the Orekhovo-Borisovo district of Moscow. The incident occurred around 7 in the morning near a residential building on Yaseneva Street. It is noted that the driver managed to drive a few meters before his car exploded. The man was hospitalized in extremely serious condition with shrapnel wounds to his legs and a fractured facial bone. He soon died in the hospital. It is known that the deceased was Major General Fanil Sarvarov, head of the Operational Training Department of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. According to Russian Telegram channels, the cause of the explosion was an improvised explosive device. The power of the IED was about 300 grams in TNT equivalent. Residents of houses located 2 blocks from the incident heard the explosion. The death of the Russian general was confirmed by the Investigative Committee of Russia. The official representative of the agency, Svetlana Petrenko, stated,
"The Investigative Committee of Russia has opened a criminal case for murder in connection with the car explosion on Yaseneva Street in Moscow, which resulted in the death of Lieutenant General Fanil Sarvarov, head of the Operational Training Department of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation."
According to her, experienced investigators and forensic experts have been dispatched to assist in solving the crime.
The examination of the crime scene is ongoing. The investigation will appoint the necessary expert examinations, including forensic medical and explosive technical analyses. Witnesses and bystanders are being questioned, and surveillance camera footage is being reviewed.
The investigative committee stated that various theories regarding the murder are being considered. One of these theories, as indicated, is related to the organization of the crime by Ukrainian special services. This is not the first case of high-ranking Russian military personnel being targeted with explosives. In April of this year, a car exploded in the Moscow suburb of Balashika, resulting in the death of one of Russia's key army generals, Yaroslav Moskalik. He was responsible for planning strategic operations of Russian forces on the territory of Ukraine. The explosive device was planted under the car, which was parked near the official's residence. It was detonated remotely. Russian law enforcement officials suggested that there was a surveillance camera in the car monitoring the general's movements, and they also did not rule out the possibility that the person who carried out the explosion could have been watching everything from the balcony of a neighboring building. And in May, in Russia's Stavropol, Major Zaur Gertsiev of the aggressor country's army was eliminated. He led the air component of the operation to seize Mariupol in 2022 and was responsible for targeting missiles. Gurtsev held the position of head of the Combat Control Center of the Air Force and Air Defense Army. A man approached him, and after that an explosion occurred. According to media reports, he was blown up by a suicide bomber who had a homemade bomb in his bag.